If you ever get to the end of a night and you're not sure what you're going to have for dessert, which is exactly where I'm at the moment, French toast is a good one. You'll always have bread, even if it's stale bread, it's actually better for French toast in your cupboard somewhere. You're going to have eggs and you're going to have cream and you're going to have sugar. So French toast is a simple one. So we're going to do French toast, and then I'm going to play around with a few things. I've got some mandarins. I might try cooking them a few different ways. And I had half of a block of Rocky Road left in my fridge as well. So I'm going to try and do something with that. So I'm going to call this French toast, and what we put with it, I'm not sure. French toast is basically a custard which you dunk bread into and then fry in the pan. So a couple of eggs into our bowl. You can make savoury versions of French toast, you can make sweet versions of French toast. I'm going to go for the sweet version. So it's a bit of a dessert, but you can have it for breakfast as well if you wanted to. So 2 eggs, I've got half a cup of cream, pop that in, and then that's about half a cup of sugar. I'll use about a quarter of that, so about a quarter of a cup of sugar. Whisk that in. So that is basically what a custard would normally be. You'd put that over a double boiler, you'd cook it until you cook the egg out, and you'd end up with custard. But we're gonna add it to our bread and put it in the pan. You can add spices in here if you want to. You put cinnamon in, nutmeg in there, vanilla, pinch of salt. Cut my bread. Sourdough is perfect for making French toast. If you can get like a fruit sourdough, it's even better. So a couple of slices of that, put it into our mixture. And then I'm just gonna let that sort of soak up the custard a little bit. You don't want it to go all soggy so it falls apart. You want it to still hold its shape. And this is why French toast, if you're making French toast, sourdough is really good because it's a stronger sort of bread. So mix that through, maybe give it a minute just to sit and soak. And while we do that, I'll turn my pan on. You want a low temperature because you don't want to burn the outside of the custard and end up with like a scrambled egg on the outside and have the inside of your bread still be raw. Okay, so you can see if I squeeze that, we've got custard all the way through to the middle. And now I'm going to cook that probably 5 minutes each side until when I push on the bread, it has resistance. It's not soggy in the middle, and you'll be able to tell when you push on. I'll show you a little bit later once we get there. My French toast is done, so you can see it's no real give there. It's not soggy, it's nice and firm. So I can take them out and pop them on my board. And I've been trying to think of what I'm gonna serve them with. I've got some mandarins. I didn't know how I was gonna go about cooking or preparing the mandarins. I thought I might blowtorch them, but wasn't sure about that. So what I've decided to do is make some poached mandarins. So one I've peeled, I'm gonna take the segments out of, and we'll pop them in our pan. And then I'm going to use the juice from the other 2. So just cut them in half, pour our juice in. And we've got the butter, which I added about 10 grams, half a knob of butter, just to the end of our cooking of our French toast, just to nappe over it. So all that butter is still on the bottom of the pan. We're going to form a little bit of a caramel around our mandarins. And then I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of sugar in there as well. So maybe a tablespoon of sugar. And we'll just give that a stir. Start to build a caramel around our mandarins. So a couple of minutes for that. Now I've got that leftover Rocky Road as well. So I want that to be the crunch or the texture on top of the dish. So I'll grab that and just run my knife roughly through it. This will be the garnish which will go on top. This is orange and sherbet Rocky Road. It's absolutely beautiful. I don't know how we still had half of it left. Obviously Sally hadn't seen it. And now we're ready to plate up. So put our plate, cut our French toast, place that on our plate. Mandarins, sort of spoon at the top. And get all this caramel, drizzle that around the plate. A rocky road, scatter around everywhere. So in the end, the recipe here was the French toast and how to go about making French toast. As I said, you're always gonna have bread, whether it's stale or not, or sourdough, and you'll always have eggs, cream, and sugar because they're staples. So you can make a French toast and then just look into your cupboards and into your pantry and see what else you've got which can go with it. So that's our French toast. Serve that with some ice cream or even some cream on top. That's not a bad dessert.